Hello there, friends, and welcome back to the channel and to a very old plan with me that I filmed 3 years ago, I feel like. But we are planning for the week of, wow, I have to scroll back because I definitely, November 11th? November 11th, yes. Y'all. We're going to get there. We're going to get there, I promise. But I'm using this Wicked kit from Scribble Co. And this is one of the like pop culture kits that she releases and then kind of takes out of shop. So I don't think you can get this until she has another pop culture event. And I don't know when that will be. But if you're interested, go and follow her on the socials and on YouTube, and check out the buy sell trade, as someone maybe might be selling it there. But yeah, this was not the week that Wicked came out, if I remember correctly, but I didn't want to like disrupt my Christmas spreads, so it made sense for me to just do it like this spread this week. I think Wicked came out the next week, like the week of the 18th, if I remember correctly. I think that's the week that Wicked came out. So I was always excited to see this, y'all, and I have no attachment to Wicked prior to the movie. Like, I didn't see the Broadway show. I've always wanted to see the Broadway show, but y'all know it's not super easy to get to Broadway or affordable. Like, it has to be a thing. And if you've been around this channel for a bit, you know that New York kind of overwhelms me. And so I don't go there very often unless I'm going to a baseball game, like, to be honest, or to see family, which is the reason why I was there for Thanksgiving this year, which you guys, I think, already heard about that trip, but I'll be planning that week soon here as we finally approach the end of November. And yeah, I feel like I'm going to have a little bit more time to film in the coming, like, the next 2 weeks or so. So I am pumped about that, and then I'm going to get busy again. So I'll probably fall behind again. Nothing new here. But I'll try to crank out as much as I can during these next 2 weeks, especially because I'm ready to lay down my 2025 spreads. And we're still in 2024. I still think I'm probably going to start 2025 and then do some rewind plan with me's. I think I mentioned that in another video. I still think that's going to be the goal. But the things I already have footage for and filmed, I'd like to just get up first. And I have, I think, one more filmed from 2024, maybe 2 more filmed. So you all will be seeing that. And then I'm going to start my 2025 spreads and then do some rewind plan with me's. Or if I don't end up filming it, I will definitely post pictures on my Instagram. So stay tuned, subscribe, give me the thumbs up, all the things, especially since I've been so incredibly inconsistent on YouTube. All of those things will help me get back into the good graces of the good old algorithm. But anyways, I had no prior knowledge of Wicked, really. I didn't really know much about it, except that it happened before The Wizard of Oz. That's it. The Wizard of Oz is one of my favorite movies. It's just a classic, right? So I knew I always wanted to see Wicked, but could never get to Broadway to see it. So when I saw that the movie was coming, I was like, oh, I'm definitely going to see it. I loved the casting of Cynthia Erivo. She is so stinking talented. And from what I've seen, I don't follow movie accolades and awards quite as much as I do music, because music is like my love, my wheelhouse. But from what I've seen from this movie award season so far, and I know the Oscars haven't happened yet, so I'm holding out hope, but from what I've seen, Cynthia has been robbed like 20 times. Like, what is going on? What is going on? I can't. And I feel like the internet or the interwebs are ablaze because the movie Emilia Perez, which apparently is problematic. I know zero about this, y'all, so you can enlighten me in the comments if you want. I did not do research on this. But apparently the movie is problematic because the person it's based on was problematic. Again, know nothing about it. I know it's a musical, and it's been sweeping, I feel like, in so many of these, again, movie accolade awards. And so has Zoe Saldana, which I love Zoe. She's a fellow Dominican, so it's awesome to see her shine. But I'm also like, did anybody like this movie? All I've heard is not good things. So I'm like, did anyone like this movie? Because, like, what? And then there was that whole drama with Carla and those really awful tweets that resurfaced, like really terrible tweets that resurfaced. So yeah. So if you've seen Emilia Perez, please tell me what you thought in the comments. I have a feeling none of you have, because I feel like simultaneously no one I know has, but just the interwebs in general that did see it are like, this was trash. So if you did, I'd love to know what you thought. I don't know if I said this already because I'm doing this voiceover again because it didn't record, which we love. But I think even the person who this film is based off of is also problematic. So I'm like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? I don't know. The whole thing sounds a little wild to me, but again, haven't seen it, can't really give any type of review on it. But I know that I am really rooting for Wicked during this award season. And I specifically feel like Cynthia Erivo has been robbed so far this award season, which I'm like, bruh, why? Why are we robbing Cynthia Erivo? Because the performance was an 11 out of 10, a 15 out of 10. She was excellent, and she is excellent in all of her roles. She is so talented. I remember when I read that she was going to be cast, and I was like, for this role, and I was like, yes. I was like, no notes, yes. And I'm so proud of Ari, because I feel like there were a lot of naysayers with Ari that didn't think that she would do well in this role. And it's a hard role. Like, having watched this movie, it is a hard role. But she killed it. She killed it. And most people are saying that. Even those that went in kind of skeptical of her performance have loved it. So Wicked is everything. I need to watch it again. I haven't watched it since it's been out on on digital or rent or whatever the hell it's on. But yeah, so good. So good. I really am vying for them to win, especially for the Oscars. And I think it's just criminal that John M. Chu is not nominated for Best Director. Like, what? I'm sorry, what? Although I do think he won kind of a similar category in another award show. I can't remember what award show it was, but I feel like it happened recently because a lot of people were sharing the clips of like him winning and his speech and just how excited like the cast was for him. And he just seems lovely. Like, I got zero qualms with John M. Chu. He directed In the Heights, the film. So like, he's enamored. I'm enamored by him forever for that. And of course did Crazy Rich Asians, which was such a success. And I really actually enjoyed that movie too. So, and so important culturally, that movie. So baby, like, give my guy his flowers. So I loved that. I love that he won anyway in another award show, but I'm bummed that he wasn't nominated for an Oscar. So especially since it got Best Picture, Cynthia's nominated, Ariana's nominated, it just seemed right to have him nominated as Best Director, but alas. So I'm excited to see how they fare. It seems like Emilia Perez is just sweeping everything these days, so I guess we shall see how that goes. But I really, really enjoyed Wicked, and I think it came at a time that just was so spot on, like so spot on in this political climate. And I think more than anything, it just reminded me that we continue to fight the same battles now, so many hundreds of years later. We still continue to fight the same battles, which is insane, but true. So yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to the second film this November. I did do a poll on my stories. Yes, I did it on my stories. It was a while back now, to see if folks were interested in another Wicked kit. Obviously, this one exists, although sporadically, not really consistently, but this one exists. But I did a poll to see if folks would be interested, especially because I was really inspired. It was around when the movie came out because I felt really inspired after it. And folks were interested probably closer to the release of this second film. So I'm going to keep that in mind. I don't want to make any promises, y'all, because there's only one me and only so many funds, especially for custom art. But I definitely have it on my radar to try to put something together for y'all. Really, the goal is one, to have the funding for it, right? The interest in the funding is like paramount. And then the other thing I look for is like, can I, especially if it's something that's already been done, what could I do that makes it different from like this kit? Like what would make someone actually want to buy it if they've used and or have this kit already? And so that's where I kind of then focus my energies on. And if I can find a way or create a way where I think it feels different enough, then it'll be released, right? So I don't want to duplicate work and I don't want to copy shops. I know folks have called other folks out on copying and things like that. And I have zero desire to really do that. And I actually really love Scribble Prints Co. kit formats. It's my favorite one, I think. And so it would be nice to copy her format in many ways. But I don't want to be accused of that. And also, I want to be unique. Like there is a Scribble Prints Co. If you wanted something from Scribble Prints Co., you can go to Scribble Prints Co. Like I want to make sure that I am finding ways to fill needs or fill holes in the community that I see. So yeah. So I think that's everything because I'm doing this voiceover again. I can't remember what I've said and haven't said. So yeah, anyways, if y'all saw Wicked, especially if you have like a history with it, you've seen the play or you're a big fan, read the books, plural, I think there's more than one, let me know your thoughts on the first film adaptation below. Please do not leave any spoilers down below as I'm really unfamiliar with the story. And I am going to wait until the second film to see what happens. So no spoilers. So share your non-spoilery thoughts down below if you'd like. But anyways, I'm going to use the rest of this time to chat about the Grammys because I think I mentioned in my last Plan With Me that I would. So let's do it. I actually really enjoyed the Grammys this year, which this has been one of the best Grammy shows in the last several years. And it's funny, it was like 3/4 of the way through the show, and it was the moment when I don't know if it's like the CEO, producer, some heavy hitter involved with the Grammys. I don't remember his name, but he came out and he was saying, how the Weeknd boycotted the Grammys after something. I can't remember. Probably some snub. And how other artists have been outspoken, Jay-Z, namely last year, have been outspoken about some of the issues that they find with the Grammys and the selection process and the voting process, yada, yada. And then it was used as a way to introduce The Weeknd, but they also talked about The Weeknd's comeback. And he also has an album dropping and a tour, so like convenient, but it's fine. They use it as a way to introduce his performance, and then they also use it as a way to like show the changes that they've implemented after hearing this feedback. So they talked about like the Black Collective. They talked about having more women participate in the voting process, more young people participating in the voting process. And amazingly enough, they ended with the best show they've had in several years. And then you ask yourself, what if other entities listened and did that and just made their people of power look like the nation? What would that do? Just curious minds wondering. It's like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Yes. Oh my God, it's so frustrating. But anyways, back to the Grammys. Now I'm just thinking about politics, which at the moment make me want to vomit multiple times. So anyways, um, the show was incredible. I have to talk about the things that I loved. I think all of the performances, maybe with the exception of one or two, were excellent. I thought that the winners made sense. Like there was no one I was like, this is crazy. Like this is insane. There's no way this person should have won. I think the winners were well selected. I think that, and this was again, like I was loving the show prior to Beyonce coming in and taking her big wins of the evening. So like I was still loving this show. So I would have been disappointed, obviously, if she didn't, more than disappointed. But I don't think I would have tainted how I felt about the show as a collective. So loved the performances. I thought it was really cool. And I didn't notice this until recently because there was a reactor I was watching who was talking about it. But I guess they had all of the people nominated for Best New Artist perform like back to back. And I do remember a moment in the show where I was like, man, there's a lot of back to back performances, but I kind of love it. And the fact that it's all the Best New Artists, I thought was excellent. Whoever gave that idea, give them a raise immediately. That was brilliant work. It did such a good job of highlighting them, especially since like so often people who are nominated in this category and especially who win this category are thought to have like their career launched. So what a great way for all of the nominees to kind of shine. And it really helped them shine. Like I think Teddy Swims was one of the nominees. Was Teddy Swims one of the nominees? Maybe it was Benson. One of them or both of them. All I know is that, first of all, Teddy Swims does not look like that voice is supposed to come out of that body. And so I would like to write a letter to Yale so that they can study that because, what? I need to download that song. He sounded incredible. I was so pleasantly surprised. Is his name Benson? Am I getting his name right? I feel like his name is Benson. I'm so sorry. He also sounded great. I think he was the one that did like the flip off was it the piano or something when he was performing and like also nailed that note while he was flipping upside down. I'm like, I'm sorry, sir. Excuse me. Ray is incredible. My God, her voice is just next effing level. I loved her performance. I love Billie Eilish. I think Billie Eilish is a full vibe. Like I'm such a fan just solely of Billie Eilish's vibe. It's just on 10,000 all the time. I love her vibes. So I loved that. Who else performed? Chappell Roan, who had such a breakout year and such a big, like, lots of Grammy noms, I think. So that was amazing. Who else? Oh my God, Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars. Oh, that was so good. They performed for LA. Ooh. And I believe they won for that song, like that collab song they have. And I know Gaga shouted out the trans community, which I thought was just beautiful. I thought a lot of the commentary in the speeches that were made on just relevant topics and issues that are happening in the world right now were like spot on. I loved that. I've never been one who's like, you're an artist, just play a guitar or some dumb shit. I feel like that's some of the most ignorant shit I've ever heard, as if they don't exist in the same world we do because of their profession. That's like, you're a teacher, so don't comment on politics or like, it's the same trash logic to me. So I love that. I love when people do it anyway. It's my favorite. What else? Oh my gosh. Doechii. Oh my God. Doechii winning best album, best rap. Oh my gosh. Best rap album. The third female to do it in its history. And like her performance she's a full-blown star. Like I'm just waiting for TDE to say that she's going to open up for Kendrick and SZA on the road because she is just full-blown star. Like so incredible. So I'm so excited to see what else she brings to the table. And of course, my girl B came in with Best Country Album win. I'm so proud of her. I know that people are mad. They can stay mad. I don't give a fuck. I know she won Album of the Year. So long overdue. And for it to be for this album is just so storybook ending of them to do. And I'm so happy for B, who has been working decades and continuing to innovate and recreate herself when she doesn't have to. And y'all already know how I feel about it. Whoever's mad can stay mad. And yeah, those are my Grammy thoughts. Thank you so much for watching, y'all. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.